Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness. Uh, WereMage, the apocalypse from the ashes. hmm Um, Today, it is around lunchtime, and a certain redhead mage decides to take her lunch and her dog out to Battery Park. She herself works for a certain organization at Wall Street, and with Paris really needing to go out and get his daily exercise, she often takes him with her to the office. There is a bench in her office space that she puts Paris in, and yeah, during lunch break, she decides to take him out for a walk, even though it's cold outside, with fall slowly making its way for winter. She's just dressing up very warmly, and actually has one of those, uh, dog, not really jackets, but like those sort of blanky decks that you wrap around them. Since Paris isn't especially a very big dog, and yeah, they go outside and walk to Battery Park, where Ava will buy a coffee and we'll buy a sandwich. And actually, we'll just buy a hot dog without like sandwich or anything, just the meat for Paris, so that he can have a snack. Um, and it's just for the moment sitting down on the bench and yeah, eating her sandwich, coffee sort of next to her on the bench, and Paris on a leash, kind of exploring the ground around said bench, which actually looks out onto the Hudson River, and it's there that we will start the scene.
And Jacob is also at Jacob is also at Battery Park for slightly different reasons. For he is scouting the grounds, looking for potential wormish corruption and to see where the popular paths are, so that when it comes time to expand, there will be a pack ready to go to Battery Park and defend it, to cage in the hellhole that resides across the Hudson. And Jacob is, again, just exploring, just checking for strange oddities and worm taint. And he's just walking across the grass and the path and just kind of meandering around. Um, Again, looking for these strange oddities, unaware that he is about to find one of them. As Ava's doggo, and actually, this is something that Jake has been having to put up with throughout his journey around Battery Park, is that all the dogs and cats just seem to love him and constantly go out of their way to interact with him, as if he is just the best thing they've ever seen all day. Um, and he's constantly having to pet the local animals, and I mean they're lovely and all, but they're kind of interfering with his job. And Ava's dog too begins to pull on its leash as Jacob approaches because it sees Jacob and thinks, "Wow, what a guy! What a guy! That's a stand-up human right there." Um,
Yeah. So as Paris is, starting to pull on his leash, Ava will, put the sandwich aside, kind of wrap it back up, and is just gonna, focus most of her attention on Paris as she just frowns like, Paris, what's up with you? Come on, stop pulling. You'll break the leash if you continue doing that. And we'll just start to grab Paris. We'll just get up, try and grab Paris. And once she's finally holding him, she'll look up at what seemed to be so interesting, and yeah, just look straight up at Jacob, I guess.
Hmm. Jacob was going to be like Paris to like, hello, hello there, hello. um, Instead, he's just walking around, um, as
Oh, I thought you were like close enough that he would actually be on the leash,
oh
or near
yeah,
the
yeah,
leash.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So probably Jacob probably has Pat little Paris and
Hmm.
been going, hello, hello, who are you? Oh, you're a teeny doggo, aren't you? He's very affectionate towards all cats and doggos. He does not discriminate. Um, yeah, and he looks up and stands up. But he had to crouch down because man, Paris is tiny, like this teeny
Hmm.
doggo.
It is a teeny doggo. He's a Yorkshire Terrier.
He chirps rather than barks.
Yep.
Jacob
Actually, I've had any
finds
pictures of the two of them.
his bite-sized courage endearing.
Just trying to find. I did have other. I don't know if this is actually a Yorkshire Terrier. Yes, it is. Look at that.
Jacob got a few pats in.
Hmm.
But yeah, he looks up towards Ava.
Um, and yeah, like having seen him in his police uniform before, she does that entire freeze for a moment, kind of shock on her face, and then just pretends to be extremely busy with the dog, hoping that he didn't recognize her. I mean, officially, she's dead, so you know. So she's just gonna, bend her face like sort of away from him and just grabbing Paris and hugging him. It's like, who's a good dog? Hey, Paris, can you give me a kiss? Come, give me a kiss. Yeah, no, you're nice. Yes. And it is really hoping that,
And Paris still loves you. It just also she just also loves Jacob now as well.
Yeah, so Paris still keeps trying to pull away from her, and she's just trying to keep him in front of her face. It looks kind of,
She
weird.
probably pulls it off, just like it takes a while because it's like, but the person over there though. um, it takes a little bit to earn back, to win back Paris's love. But yeah. Jake goes, yeah, she's a very good dog.
Sorry, what does Jacob do?
Oh, he just says, yeah, they're very good dog, aren't they?
Oh dear. So yeah, as he's like addressing her and the dog, she'll just kind of nod and actually does her best to sort of twist her voice somewhat because for some reason she thinks that'll look less suspicious. It's like, yeah, he's a great dog, isn't he? Mm. Trying to get that Scandinavian accent out of the way. Apparently, I was not very good with
Jacob,
accents.
Jacob, Jacob just like uh like pats and Rob's pass and just goes, "Aw, isn't your owner just the most suspicious person in the city?" Hey, what's up?
Huh?
That's weird. I could have swore you just had a Brooklyn accent. What happened?
I hi, officer. I gotta go. See you.
I'm not wearing a badge right now. Come on.
What?
I'm off duty is what I'm saying. So I'm not doing the whole arrest thing.
What? Why would you? I mean, why would you arrest me, officer? I haven't done anything wrong. I just presumed actually that Jacob was in his police uniform, so my bad. She probably wouldn't have called him officer, but hey, you know what? Fuck it. She made that mistake.
It's not officer. It was sergeant the first time. That's captain. Come on. Like we're not all officers. It's a rank we do rise from on occasion.
Oh.
Besides, there's not any warrants out for your arrest anymore, so it's so good. I mean, I suppose you're defrauding the state, but
What?
nothing.
No. I was not quite sure what to do anymore. Does she need to run? Does she not need to run? She's just very confused right now.
I want to throw a fireball at the mean person.
I mean, she would not do that. I don't know what you're talking about,
I,
Captain.
I'm, I mean, I met Julie, and she talks a lot. And we all met with Rebecca and Max.
Hmm. So you're not going to arrest me?
I mean, it ruined this kind of lovely thing I have going with you guys, so not really. I mean, I kind of should, cause you were kind of wanted for murder.
But I didn't do it.
I mean, most murderers do say that.
I didn't do it. What did Judy say?
He's gonna choose the guy that role. Gonna do the thing.
Hmm?
He's gonna do the thing.
Okay.
What dice roll are we in? God damn it!
We're not in one. Duh.
I gotta verify your innocence, and by that I mean
Mm.
I gotta find any reason to ignore your innocence for the greater good.
Asshole.
For the greater good. I make it dice roll a 1.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm still waiting for Discord to load. There we are.
Kind of
Wait.
made dice roll a 2 my crafting
Ah,
my crafting dice roller.
so is it
um,
Dice Roller 1 or 2 now that you're in?
dice roll a 1.
I didn't see you. Oh wait, it's not there yet. God damn it. No. The extra Dice Roller 1 in LWoD. The last thing that was done there was Monday. Are you sure you're
Yeah,
not in Odessa?
I'm not in Odessa.
Oh, well, then I just don't see your role.
I didn't
God
make
damn
one.
it. Oh, okay. Oh,
I was
okay.
waiting for you to put the scene down.
Jeez.
Good, look at this, all this out of character stuff, because you ruined it. No.
I didn't ruin it. You could have started up a
There we go.
fucking.
Call it confrontation, like we're about to kill each other.
Who knows? You never know.
What's manipulations of the future?
What is Ava's? Oh, Jesus.
So is it
Let me.
like 3 or is it
I
4?
think it's three.
Okay. Ah, hey, that Jacob and Ava share something something for them to bond over. And Jacob, well, Jacob has a very strong inkling that you did not do the thing.
Let me
uh,
check if it's actually three. Manipulation, subterfuge. Where's my subterfuge? Yeah, there. It's three. Yeah.
oh well, yeah. That's yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Um, well, that pings is true, but Jacob doesn't say that. Well, what do you mean you didn't do it? Who did?
Okay, look. If you want to discuss this, maybe best if we find a place that's not this public. I mean, apparently, since Julie talked that, and I know you are since I saw you.
Yeah. I mean, Julie didn't say too much. She knows your magic and all that stuff.
I know you're a werewolf. She just
Okay.
says that very quick, and makes sure that there's no one around when she says that.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of obvious from the first time we met because you're talking about my aura and how I look scary and stuff. But
Mhm.
sure. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I could perhaps. I already tried that before, but potentially. How did I do that the first time? Oh, wait. I might know a way that we could just stay here and talk.
I mean, I'd rather you not do the weird magic things.
Okay. You're probably right.
No, that's yeah, that's kind of I don't.
I don't know. I don't really have any place here except my office, and I don't think it's a good idea that I would take you to the office.
Does the office also have weird magic things?
No.
Okay. Where's your office?
Of Wall Street.
Oh, cool.
Also, hi, Ava. I usually go by the name of Helena, though, but you can call me Ava if you want.
Well, yeah,
I was.
Ava technically died.
She didn't. It's complicated.
I mean, white collar crime generally is, but sure. So we can just go to. I mean, we can just go to Starbucks if you want.
How is Starbucks less? It's
We
cold.
can get a
There's
table.
not a lot of people here. Do you want a coffee?
Sure.
Okay. Could you hold Paris? He seems to like you.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really good with animals.
Mm.
He
She'll
just
just give
went.
him a weird look, like you're a murderous animal and you're good with animals.
And
But
this one is so cute. Ah, aren't you the cutest little doggo?
she'll go over to the coffee stand where she got her own coffee, and we'll get another one for Jacob. Um,
Yeah, like coffee guy is probably not really very happy being anywhere near Jacob, but at least Paris seems to like him. Um, he's just hugging Paris and just going, "Aren't you the cutest little doggo? Why are you called Paris? Who gave you that name, huh? Who was silly enough to give you that name?
uh,
Maybe it's because you're a silly little dog."
no, my friend gave me a dog.
Oh, which one? Maybe I know them.
Probably not.
Uh,
That's
I,
absolutely a lie. So yeah, you can, because Ava knows that Jacob knows Nausicaa or Anna.
oh, not today, Satan.
You're rolling through the Gaia on that. Seriously.
You're right. I'll roll normal empathy. I'll be nice. I'll be
I mean,
nice.
it depends really on what you want, but
Well, you can get a success on every
wow.
on every dice, and then you'll be able to hide it. Well, you got
I
three
mean,
fours.
this is a nice roll, but
These
it
are nothing if not
doesn't do
consistent.
anything. Yeah.
Uh, consistently bad at lying.
Yep.
um,
Terrible flying, actually. So yeah, but she just looks away way too fast when she says that, and just hands you the coffee as she does. And tries to
I
make
I
it quieter,
totally know
but
them. I totally know them. Which one?
Anna,
Sorry, what?
Anna,
Anna?
yes, out of character. That's how Nazca usually introduces herself to strangers. So
Does
I
that have
thought,
like second identity or?
yeah, that's her alternate identity. I
Yeah, I
thought
think
he
that's
had
that. I
introduced
think
her.
that's what she introduced herself as
Yeah.
initially. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. She approached me once. It was cool. It was about Iron Man solutions.
Yeah, I know. She told
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. See, yeah, we get along.
Mm. So yeah, no, it wasn't true about the murder. They made that up.
Who made that up?
Our enemies.
Um, yeah. I never really knew. Yeah, I don't really know who they are.
That's fine. You don't need to trust me.
I mean, it depends. We might need to, and we don't. I mean, I guess we don't in the sense that I mean, I don't run into them that much,
Let's
but
just
maybe I
say
have,
that
and I just don't know. I
Iron
mean,
Man Solutions is part of them.
okay. Oh, I think I have a vague idea. That's probably bad for us,
Yeah.
but it's that's second priority for us. It's probably not a big deal. Well, it's a
You,
big deal, but it's
you
not as bad of a deal.
shouldn't. They were the ones trying to shoot me and a friend, and my friend managed to shoot him, and they twisted it around saying that I shot him and I killed him, and I did not. My friend only did it in self-defense.
Okay. Seems like a fairly simple con job, to be honest.
They have people everywhere, so yeah, it's easy for them.
Mm. I mean, I'm talking from a point of ignorance, but be careful not to overestimate your opponents.
I'm not.
Otherwise, you'll just paralyze yourself.
I am not overestimating them.
Okay.
They took me out of a plane when I came here.
Wait, like how? Do you mean like poofed you, or like the actual just get in the car sort of
Yeah,
thing? Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I thought it was a taxi bringing me to where I was supposed to go.
Oof.
So either it was a complete setup by them and I was never supposed to go there in the first place, or they managed to know exactly what flight I was on and everything. So they are basically everywhere.
To be fair, as part of the police force, I can do that for like a good portion of people in the city.
Which says enough about them being everywhere. And I'm
Yeah.
not a New York citizen.
What I mean, what I'm trying to say is, in many ways, it comes down to tools and access.
They have a lot of access. They
Yeah.
That's their specialty.
Oh, damn. Might actually be threatening then.
It's like a large corporation with many people, and then it has all sorts of sub corporations
Oh, do
like
go on.
Iron Man. Why? No, you
Uh,
shouldn't know about this.
well, I mean, I might know about it because you just said something very interesting that matches up with some of my own not so nice people enemies.
Oh, as far as I know, I've never heard about them actually wanting to. Well, I mean, ultimately, it's their goal to, get everything that's out of line.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that much. They don't like they're static.
Sort of, yes.
Okay. You said they're like a megacorp, like a mega corporation with lots of mini mega corporation subsidiaries?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. I
Okay.
think that's how you can describe them.
Man, I seem to see the way things are going nowadays.
What do you mean with that?
Just weird.
Why?
Um, let's see. I mean, I can see why people do it, hide behind a brand.
I guess. I don't know if it's a brand though. But yeah, anyway, that's why, you know. So
Do you want a snack? Do you want a snack? I'll give you a snack. There you go. There you go.
you have dog snacks?
Um, no, I have biscuit though.
Paris eats about everything.
Awesome. There you go. There you go. There's anything.
Paris is just mostly trying to get up on your lap and lick your face. And when you present biscuits, that's a distraction because food.
Food. Give me food. uh, ah, Paris is adorable.
He is, right? So you are from Central Park, right? A wolf.
I mean, I hear that people exist there.
You hear that people exist there?
Yeah, yeah. Very popular place, you know.
Look, I've seen your sort of aura, and I've seen one of you turn into this giant kind of furry thing.
Wait, what? Who turned into a giant what now?
Oh, it's been at least half a year ago, if not longer. Um, there was someone with a bow, and they went into an alleyway and they shot a bird.
They
I
shot a
think
bird with their bow? What the fuck?
I think it was a bird of prey or something, some kind. I think it was.
So someone had a bow
Mhm.
and they shot a bird of prey.
Mhm. Yeah, they pulled the bow out of some sort of a bag.
Okay. What they look like?
Um, she was I don't know, rather tall, I guess, bit slender, uh, sort of red curly hair.
Jacob's face flatlines, and his as do his eyes. They just flatten.
Did I say something wrong?
No, it just sounds really that I'm
You're
pissed
not,
off now.
you're not gonna kill me, are you?
What? No, no, I'm a cop. I do stuff by the book.
Well, that was what she tried. I think.
Wait, how did this person try and murder you? Did they try and shoot you with a bow? They did, didn't they?
No.
No? What did they try and
No.
do?
Um. Well, I saw her turning into this kind of other shape, and I tried to hide. Um. And they saw me, so she saw me, so I ran, and she chased me. And at some point, she tried to attack me and grab my phone, and well, I lost my phone actually to her. Um, but I did manage to run away and hide.
Um, Jacob's index and middle finger from both his hands kind of like rest on the forefront of his temples. As he just takes a deep breath as he hears this. Like, this is just. Because he knows. Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Um,
Well.
that sounds like a hot mess. Sorry to hear that you were almost killed by some asshole.
Well. I mean, I was a bit scared of all of you guys for a while, but
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Jeez. That's fucked up. Wow.
but yeah, I know what you are, and um, well, if you know what I am, then yeah.
Yeah, I was more or less told, and I mean, I try to skirt around these things because rules.
Yeah,
But I mean,
we have these rules as well. Really,
yeah,
we do.
just I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say it out loud because that would be unwise.
Hmm.
So I'll just say I'll leave you to your suspicions and beliefs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um, but yeah, some. I'm sorry to hear that. That's something I might look into. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I already know who did that, and they're probably long gone. But I can probably still fuck up their lives, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
And what they did sounds tremendously stupid in the extreme. So
I didn't really get what they were trying to do or what she was trying to do. Um, that's why I was like, hiding and looking into it. I know I probably shouldn't have done that, but you know,
I mean, No, you're right. You probably shouldn't have, but I mean, it's not like you knew at the time. So
Well, I
getting
had
around to a
seen her
fucking home in the
before.
middle of the city. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it wasn't an alleyway. It was like, okay, so I had seen her before at some event and once at like a bar thing, where there were some people that I knew as well. And then I saw her walking in the streets and she just disappeared in the alleyway and I kind of followed and then I saw that. So it wasn't like anywhere where people were, really.
I mean, we say it's in an alley as if it's somehow separated from the rest of the city.
I mean, no, it's not, but it's not a it wasn't really a place where there were like a lot of doors or windows or anything. I mean, sure, it was still like,
Nah, it's only open on both ends with people and cars passing by, right?
yeah,
There you go. See? You don't need to justify these people. They're stupid.
I don't know. I know no one else saw them saw her but me, but yeah, could have been someone else.
Well, in any case, I'm sorry to hear they went through such a troubling experience. Because, I mean, I've been there, and, you know, it's not great. Oh, no, you weren't around when I thought about that.
What?
Oh, I was just going to refer to the time I was kidnapped. But I don't think you were around when I told that story to Rebecca.
Wait, you know Rebecca?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I know her too.
she's a magnet for trouble. It really doesn't surprise me you know her.
Well, trouble would immediately be the thing that I would use to describe myself. Although on the other hand,
No, Rebecca somehow has managed to get her hands on every aspect of trouble in this city. I don't know how. Um, it simultaneously impresses and scares the shit out of me.
she's a very nice lady, though.
Oh yeah, she's super nice. We're like best friends. She's the coolest.
Okay.
Like no one should ever be mean to. If people are mean to Rebecca, I get annoyed because I mean, there's no reason to be mad at Rebecca. Rebecca's the nicest person in the city. Like, I don't know. She's super sweet.
She definitely is. She's been a very good friend. Uh,
Yeah, I remember she was always there when I needed to talk. It was really nice.
yeah. And sometimes it's just nice to talk to someone who's not like in the pile of shit that you're in with
Hmm.
the people that, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hmm.
Like sometimes you just need an outsider's perspective to like ground you. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like harsh because it like makes her sound like
No, but I
she's
get what you
like
mean.
not part of like my friends, but it's more like
She's not part of that super special group that you belong to.
yeah, like she has different circumstances from me, and like that
Yeah.
actually helps her understand rather than the opposite.
Hmm. I
But yeah,
agree.
she's
She
really nice. We've known each other for like over a year now. She's really cool.
I think it's almost a year for me now. I'm really glad that I've been able to, you know,
Yeah, I think she's like only been in the city for a couple years or something. I can't quite remember. I know she travels a lot.
yeah.
She's like a political journalist.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm a little jealous actually. Like, Journalism was something that I was interested in before all this happened, and now
Oh,
I
really?
can't. I I was gonna study English.
You were thinking of joining any networks or any
I
papers?
I don't know, like I used to have this wild vision in my head that I would be like, a journalist that would just be good enough to sell stories to a multitude of newspapers.
You're like Lois Lane.
I mean, I'm not Lois Lane, and I think that would be a good thing because I don't need Superman in my life as well at this point. That would only overcomplicate things tremendously.
Hmm. That would be interesting. Um, but yeah, I get you. I mean, I've I've always wanted to be a cop, and I kind of just stayed a cop.
Well, I guess I mean, I don't know a lot about you and your
It's usually really hard for people like me to hold down a job, like
okay.
really hard. Um, to be fair, I think a lot of people just kind of give up and don't really try. I actually feel like half the time, people like me just kind of give up rather than actually try and hold it down. Because I think people can. Like
Or
I tried and I've ended up doing quite well for myself. I've even moved up the food chain a lot faster than I normally would have. I think because of what happened to me. Um, so I actually I think a lot of the time it just comes down to effort. I mean, some people have it worse off than others, right? Like not everyone had the support I had, but I feel like a lot of the time also comes down to are you willing to put the effort in? And
but
I feel like that's
is
not
that because your other job is so demanding, or
sometimes,
mm,
but I mean I've made time. I mean that's kind of what it comes down to. If you don't have time, you make time.
I suppose.
Easier said than done, but still,
Mm.
you know, there are always exceptions that can be made.
Well, I guess I'm really fortunate with my work. Really, and yeah.
I'm sorry to hear you had to switch job roles there.
I mean, I'm doing a job that I'm certainly not trained to do, but so far, I guess I'm not doing a bad job.
I don't know how many people have you bankrupted?
Oh, I don't deal with that part of the business. No,
Oh, what
that's Anna.
what do you
I'm
do?
CEO of Human Resources of the company.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Yeah, it is interesting. I hadn't really expected that it would be interesting, and it's not really what I expected I would end up with when I went to New York, but it's good to have something to do other than, sitting around all day waiting for things to happen.
Why do I feel like the term "when I came to New York" is a weird? It is a very strange synonym with weird and creepy things happening to you.
Well, yeah,
I
it
hear stuff like that a lot, like when I came to New York, and I'm like, oh, okay.
it is kind of when it all happens. Like I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on, and I landed here and I got, well, I'm not sure if I should really talk about this too much, but they took us, all of us. Well, now there's not many of the first group left, but and they experimented and tried to brainwash, and we got busted out. And since then, it's been an ongoing year, over a year now, of crazy stuff happening. And sometimes it's good crazy stuff, and sometimes it's bad crazy stuff, you know. But I'm sure that's the same for you as well.
Yeah, never a dull moment in New York.
I suppose. Sometimes I wish there was more. Mm.
Yeah, same.
So what's like the craziest shit that you've been in?
Oh, I couldn't disclose half of what I've been. I most actually 99% of what I've been involved in. Um, Trying to think of something that would make sense.
I mean, I think the positions that the both of us are in, a lot of things will make sense.
I mean, I shut down the Russian mob in the city once. That was cool.
I haven't had to deal with that. I think for me, strangest things have actually been going to other planes of existence. Does that sound weird?
Not really. No.
Mm, okay. I thought that would have at least surprised you somewhat, but okay. But
No.
yeah. Mm,
No. I feel like it'd take a lot to surprise me at this point.
I mean, no, I'm not. You're right. We shouldn't say too much.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I think what I'm trying to say is what surprises me is not what people can do, but what people are willing to do.
I mean, yes, I agree with you on that.
That's what surprises me the most.
I noticed so many just wanting to kill our enemies, and I'm like, but we should find a way to solve things.
I,
I don't like seeing other people in pain, even if they are
I
quote
think
unquote
most.
enemies.
I would like to think most people don't, but I'm glad that you don't. I don't like violence, particularly not senseless violence.
Is there any other kind of violence then? Really?
There has been violence had in world history that has made sense, even been necessary.
I think if everyone thinks like that, that at some point violence is necessary, that we will never establish anything really. I
Well,
mean, look at people like Gandhi, Martin Luther King.
Martin
They,
Luther King's rallies often became violent in some form or another.
but not by him.
Not by him, but he didn't exactly attempt to stop it either.
Do you know that? Were you there?
Oh, he's quoted as saying, "It's." Oh, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but he's quoted at one point as saying, "It's more or less inevitable if you keep oppressing people,
Mm.
in particular his people." And yeah, I can't really disagree.
Well,
I I mean, what what do people what do people expect to just sit there and take it? No, eventually people are going to act on what's happening to them.
I understand, and I don't think that you should just take everything, but I think, well, I don't know actually. I just don't feel comfortable with the idea of it. It's something I find terribly difficult.
Here's the thing, in because I assume what you're dealing with is some weird sort of shadow war.
Yes.
Because yeah, yeah, there's a lot of those. It's weird. Um, at the end of the day, war, I would say war leads to violence, but it'd be more accurate to say war is violence. And
Yes.
we can work around that. We can do everything we can to passively cripple our enemies, to disenfranchise them, to defund them, to have them locked away. I mean, even locking someone away, it leads to some form of violence, because who do you think's doing that? Oh, it's probably a police officer, and they're having to, either physically handle them, if not go in, no, not great with guns. Like that, it's I know that for a fact because I am a cop, but it's it, ultimately we can, you can do literally everything to set up the downfall of your opponent, literally everything. But unless they surrender, eventually someone's going to have to come in and take some form of direct action, which I would say, particularly in a war, will always be violent. Might not kill the person. Very unlikely that happens. It's like the most ideal situation of ideal situations if you've managed to kill literally nobody up until that point, which is unlikely at best. But eventually, someone has to take some form of direct action. Pacifism isn't a self sustaining ideology, it just doesn't last, because the people who are willing to do those things will just do those things and ignore those who will not act against it. Speaking out's fine, but eventually some form of tangible, substantial action has to take place. And yeah, you're right in referencing Gandhi, but he's like the only example in world history. I can't think of any other off the top of my head. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I'll put my hands up and say I might be wrong. But eventually, someone is going to have to deal that final blow in some form or another, even if it hasn't taken place at all, even if no blows have been exchanged up until that point. Eventually, something is going to happen, because it's war. It's a state of affairs where two parties are unwilling to compromise or deal with each other in any other way but forcing each other to submit or die. Like that's what war is. It is the breaking down of any form of diplomatic relations. Um, the the literally,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. I can't.
No,
You or
look,
me. That's what war is. There's not enough. There's not enough room in this house for both of us.
I I get it. I just don't want to.
I mean, nobody wants to. Like, I mean, I have to deal with this thing as a cop. Like, I've been in shootouts. They happen. Like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to shoot people, because shooting people is horrible. Um, but if you're getting shot at and someone is endangering your life and everybody around you, I don't think it should be the moral responsibility of a person uh to simply.
But what about your soul?
I mean, that kind of depends. I mean, what do you mean, my soul?
I mean, doesn't it hurt you? The idea that you have to kill someone? Doesn't
I
that
mean,
tear your soul apart?
I don't feel good about having to bring harm to other people. If that's what you mean, no.
Then,
But I mean, if I'm getting shot at, particularly as a police officer, I'm certainly not going to run away. Like like civilians, yes, absolutely 100% should run away, even if they're armed, because frankly, it's safer for them if they get out of the area. But I mean, one, that's certainly not viable in a war where you have to defend yourself and what's yours. And speaking from the perspective of a police captain, it's literally my responsibility to enforce the law and protect the populace. So I can't run away. That would be a
I
complete
mean,
betrayal of my duties.
I wouldn't run away per se. Um, I do try and fight. I'm just trying to fight with not much, well, violence. I'm trying to fight with this. She kind of taps the side of her head.
Fighting of your head isn't wrong, but those two ideas aren't mutually exclusive.
I mean, you know, trying to, uh,
We know their hearts and minds.
no, not per se, although it helps. I've
I mean,
been
I mean,
able
I
to distract people with it.
you want to be Magic Gandhi? I'd recommend that, considering that's what Gandhi was all about.
Yeah, I can't win the hearts of people for our cause because we don't really, you know, we need to be secretive. But and I've been in the head of one of our enemies. It's you don't want to believe that.
No, I can imagine not. But I
So,
mean, at the end of the day, in whatever you can only do right. You can only try to do right by others. That's what you can do, given what you have. Sometimes you're just in a situation where that's just doing right isn't always what's nice.
hmm,
It isn't. It's not a feel good thing, but ultimately, I mean, again, as a cop, I have to do things which are right but not nice. But I mean,
like
I know I'm
arresting
having to
people for
do.
murder,
Pardon?
like arresting people for murder.
There you go, like that. And that's and it's not an easy situation because obviously you're taking away somebody's freedom. And I mean, in some situations, like if I'm arresting for someone for murder, I probably don't care all that much because they're murderers. Um,
Well,
they kind of that there is justice must be delivered and all that, and I'm not really gonna feel bad about locking someone up who took the life of another away. But
if they
if it
really did that.
if they really did that, and hey, exceptions exist. But I mean, for example, Russian mafia took those guys out. Um, I don't feel bad about locking up the 60 or so people I locked up for that. Because they're Russian mob. I'll say right now, almost all of them are murderers, even if it wasn't proven in a courtroom, because it's an initiation process. That much we know. So we know they've killed people.
Have you ever regretted locking someone up?
I've regretted enforcing the law before, yes.
Hmm. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Happens. I mean, I
I
still have to
suppose.
do it. I don't like it, but I have to do it. Because that's what my job is.
Well, as long as you have people to talk about it, I think that's the most important thing.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I make sure to keep myself sane. Because it's it's a problem. Crime is a problem that'll never go away. You can mitigate it, you can reduce it, but there'll always be people who commit crimes.
Um, hmm, I don't know. I mean,
We can reduce it to like a fraction of like a billionth of a percent, maybe, but there'll always be that one person.
I can think of a way but it wouldn't be healthy. But I could think of a way that we could, yeah. But it's not the right way. It's
Well,
not what
yeah,
we.
I mean, I guess you could just revoke every law in the country and then nobody would be breaking the law, but
No, no, that was not what I meant.
sorry, I thought that's what you meant. And I'm like, well,
No,
technically that works, but that is the most loopholey bullshit I've ever heard.
no. The thing is, I mean, I don't know how much you know about, well, people like me, but
I know stuff. It's interesting.
I can, given preparation, I can do things, and can think up a way if there were more people like me with our possibilities. I could think of a way that we could stop violence without any laws dismissed or whatsoever. The thing is, though, I don't think it would be extremely healthy because if you look at where violence comes from in someone's mind, like people get violent, but it's also because it's their way of surviving or keep fighting or just keep fighting for their own existence. Adrenaline and everything that's part of it. I think if you would take that away from someone, then you would stop fighting, but perhaps also stop fighting for things that are necessary, not having the strength to go on anymore, because why would you? I can see that going wrong terribly.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't do that.
I'm glad because if I might make a somewhat redundant statement, I'd be very careful about how you apply your beliefs to other people.
Yeah, I know. But that's the tricky part of it, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
It's so
it's never
tempting.
easy. It's never easy to balance belief with restraint. That's kind of the trick to it. It's knowing when to exercise control and when not to.
Yeah.
But that's kind of life lesson stuff. That's just something you learn in time through trial and error.
says the old man.
I mean, I'm not very old. I'm like
No,
23, 20. Oh
well,
no, yeah, I'm gonna be 24 this year.
you're older than I am then.
Actually, would Jacob be 24 this year or 23?
I don't know.
He's been in play for 2.5 years. Oh, I think he's 23 this year. Oh
Still
my,
older.
he's like the youngest fucking police captain of all time.
I mean, Ava is
Smashing that glass ceiling.
Ava is like 20 and she's a CEO.
Totally possible. There are CEOs in their early 20s.
Hmm. Early 20s, yeah,
But
but
I'm
not
cursed with
someone who
Jacob.
became a CEO at 19 and,
Unfortunately, Jacob was cursed of a government job, so.
yeah.
uh oh. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't want to sound too cynical, because honestly, I think I'd like to think I'm more idealistic than most people. I just think if you want to get to the ideal outcome, you just have to work for it one small step at a time, and realize it may take longer than your own lifespan.
I
Like,
suppose.
it's it's what did I say? Society grows prosperous when men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in.
Interesting.
I feel like that's kind of the problem with modern society, is that we're kind of all thinking about what we want right now and not really considering what's best for people in the future. Like, we're thinking like at most a few years ahead of ourselves rather than generations. I mean, you could like, I mean, a good example of that I think would be climate change. Like, probably not going to see the worst of that for decades, if not longer. But we
If we
need to deal
don't
with it
do
now, and no
something
one's
about
really.
it now, yeah.
Yeah, because it's convenient not to, and there's short-term gain in ignoring it. But the responsible thing is to do what's right by kids and grandkids. But we're not going to do that because we're lazy. And that's kind of, if we were thinking ahead, then we could solve that. We already have the power to solve that issue. We just need to find the will to do so. That's the only thing that's really missing. And I think that's why environmentalists get so mad at like governments, because really the responsibility is now on humanity. It's not like there are no technological boundaries. There are
I
no.
mean, also don't forget that a lot of companies that work with like fossil fuels and all that are sponsoring a lot of our day-to-day life without us even knowing it. And they
They're
don't want to stop.
they're also suppressing the information,
Hmm.
engaging in what is effectively legal bribery, uh, and probably a litany of other crimes that I'm not even aware of. Because let's face it, um, wouldn't be the first time. Actually, uh, I would wager a good portion of them are, if I ever had the opportunity to actually investigate them. But I mean, even assuming that isn't the case, they're I wouldn't say they're victims. I'd say they're part of a problem. I mean, and they've had the opportunity to change. It's the same shit as tobacco companies. Way back in the day, tobacco companies actively lied to people and told them tobacco was good for them, when instead it was giving them fucking lung cancer. I mean, how monstrous is that? And you're basically committing manslaughter at that point. You're basically
Yeah.
killing people for money. I
Though,
mean,
as you can see, it does, like, I think we're now at the point where people do know what they're getting into. I don't think there's anyone in this world thinking that smoking tobacco is a good thing.
Well, with tobacco, that's true, but
I mean, there's a
th-
lot of other things that operate in a similar fashion, and I agree with you.
there's a lot of there's a lot of ways to mask information and deliberately twist it to suit a narrative.
Hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily be too quick to suggest that such a thing is fading or has disappeared because we're now in a more technologically and culturally advanced era. Um, in many ways, the technology there has only made it easier to spin those webs.
Yeah, that is that is a point. I agree.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, it's also become easier to ascertain the truth, and
Yeah,
bec-
but it does make it harder to filter out the truth between all the lies.
well, it all becomes noise. That's the problem. It's because
Yeah.
there's so many voices. So there's so many people talking that eventually people just tune out. And can't really blame them that for that. It gets bloody annoying, but um, yeah. But I mean, I think I still think we can even if we're not thinking ahead now, we can still do so. Like I don't think I'm not one of those people like, oh, we're gonna fuck it up. We're gonna the world's gonna end. We're all terrible. We're bad people. I think most people are good. They just need good. They just need better people to lead them, and they need perhaps maybe this is my bias showing, but maybe people a bit younger, who aren't in their 70s. Maybe that would help. Um, People who might actually have a chance at dealing with some of these issues or have
Yeah.
spent a larger portion of their lives having to confront these issues on some level. Like the sort of understanding for experience, the sort of empathy gained by going through something. Like it's not like it's impossible. Because that's like saying, well, a rich person can't empathize with a poor person and vice versa. Well, that's not true, but it is easier if you've been through it.
I mean, they can emphasize, but can they relate? I think that's the difference.
Well, I think those two are not quite synonymous, but almost.
Almost. Yeah.
So I would argue it's definitely possible. I mean, I just yeah. I don't know. I've spent this whole time rambling and being a cynic when really and then I'm claiming I'm idealistic. I mean, I haven't really done a good job of expressing that. I think it's just we're just in a lull, and eventually we'll push through it.
I hope so. I really hope so. But
And
yeah,
hey,
it's difficult sometimes. You know?
humanity is the key. It's like it's we can either choose to be the cure or the cause, and
Hmm.
I know what I'm choosing to be.
I hope to be a part of a cure indeed.
I think with your attitude, you will be just understand that sometimes that's just sometimes you're gonna have to make tough decisions, and it's not gonna be very nice.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I definitely I've I mean, it's something that you know in the back of your mind, but you kind of don't want to.
Yeah, you kind of want to put it off for ages because it's
I'm now at that point where I understand that I may at some point not have a choice, but at the same time, just thinking about that, I feel so much resistance within myself that I don't know.
it's always it's not gonna be nice because I've been there. I like you're looking at someone who's already had to make a whole bunch of hard decisions.
I mean,
Um,
I've been in situations as well. Don't get me wrong. And I've tried to pull my weight, but I'm not willing to go as far as some of the others go.
I mean, there's a difference between, how to put it? There's a difference between resistance and extremism. I mean, I don't know much about what you're going through, so I can't really
Yeah,
make that call. I mean, that's only a call you can make. You know,
I
that's
know.
that's your thing.
I know.
That's your responsibility. So, and if you think people are going too far, then say they're going too far. And if you think you're not going far enough, then push yourself to go a bit further.
It's both these things, really. And yeah, thank you. It's it's good advice.
Meanwhile, I'll be around and try and make sure that you don't get locked up for murder or defrauding the state, because you're
Well,
technically doing that right now.
what?
Oh yeah, you're totally you have a false identity. You're defrauding the state.
I mean, I have to.
I mean, yes, of course you do. It doesn't mean it's not a crime either. Just
I
saying.
mean,
Wink.
I am both dead and I'm back home with my parents. So it becomes really difficult to be a person here
Oh
who
damn,
is
you've gone as far as to defraud multiple nations. Jesus,
what? No, I
it's
haven't.
even worse than I thought.
I haven't done such a thing.
You think because it doesn't? You think because
I
just
haven't.
because it's magic
No,
doesn't mean it's not committing a crime?
stop it. I have not. Okay, those are my sisters.
What?
Complicated story again.
Yeah, that sounds. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one be, because that sounds pretty personal. Um,
I did not fraud anything. Okay, I got in a situation where,
I'm not saying you're not right or that you're wrong in what you're doing. I'm just saying,
but I
in the
haven't
eyes
done
of the
anything.
law, it would
No,
still be considered a crime. That's what I'm saying.
look,
I'm not trying to
there,
make a point. I'm just
there
teasing
was
you.
there was an alpha that really died. Okay, you think it's teasing? I'm not. This is not something to joke about.
Wow. Okay, sorry, I didn't know that.
I'm not making a joke here.
Oh wow, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Sorry.
It's so I'm sure you've heard of clones.
Oh,
I did
yeah.
not do this. After this
Okay.
murder thing, they caught me and they put me in some sort of machine. And then there was two more of me when the others managed to grab us. They were me in every sense. I tried to protect them, but in the end, well, one of them got shot by a cop.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
And
But
because it's highly awkward to have two of me, I and because I knew I couldn't go back home, I sent the other one in my place to be me.
well, I'm sure they're enjoying it.
Yeah, I I know it's just hard. It's like if nah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. But it I did not willing. I just solved the situation and well, one of my sisters got extremely unlucky. I was shot for a crime that she didn't commit it and that she wasn't even like, really part of.
You don't need to justify it to me.
I am not justifying it. It's just a sore spot.
I know. I want to go there. Sorry, I didn't know I was won't happen again.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I fucked up.
Well, you don't apologize either then. Okay? I should have been more
You know,
articulate, I
there's
guess.
something I've discovered about myself is that I've been apologizing less and less over the last few years. I don't really know how to feel about it.
I mean,
Like I've been fighting this weird ideological battle that I've somehow ended up winning, at least on a local level.
well, that's good
Yeah, but I feel
that it changed you.
kinda, but it's more like the more I think about it, and the more it kind of disturbs me, is there is really only one person who could even hope to stop me if I decided to make that ideology a complete reality, at least on a local level. Like, I feel like you're in a weird underdog position. Um, I'm kind of in the opposite situation. For the longest time, I kind of was an underdog. I was not necessarily a minority, but of a lesser concern, a voice that was not as important as some of us. And now I'm kind of in that position where my voice does matter, and it's something people listen to far more than nearly everybody else. There is maybe only one, two people that could possibly stop me if I decided to say, this is happening.
I mean,
And
do you
there's no
think?
one, there's no one really to keep me in check anymore. There's no one that even, not just I mean, there are two people that could stop me, but on a psychological, ideological, emotional level, there's no one that's there. There used to be, people who would be my conscience and stuff, or like would know when to recognize I was going too far, or couldn't make this thing happen, or like this is a nice thought, but it will never go anywhere.
Are you afraid of that?
I don't want to. I don't want to become what I hate.
Mm.
I don't. It is disconcerting to me that I suppose it's only natural that I am now in a position where I can be that.
It's lonely at the top.
Kind of.
Mm.
But it's also sad?
Are you sad or lonely?
No, not really. It's just daunting how easy it would be for me to just cross that line. And I guess I've always been able to, but I've never really been in a position where I can just do it.
I guess I can sort of understand what you mean.
I I
In
could
my
literally enforce my beliefs upon an entire society, and most of it wouldn't care. Like they'd just go with it. It's just.
mm,
I mean, I'm glad that I've earned everybody's trust, but I'm also kind of sad that nobody really seems to be able to criticize me unless it's for the stupidest fucking reasons.
well,
But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna cross that line anytime soon. I guess that's my responsibility now. now that I shouldn't need someone to be my conscience. Like, I guess that's kind of me forcing my own issues on other people.
I don't know. I disagree with that. I think it's really important that you have someone that you can talk to and someone that is not afraid to tell you that you're doing something wrong or that your way of thinking might be off or if you've thought about something. I
I
don't think that
guess
that is something that is weird. I think everybody needs that.
I guess there is still one person.
Well, that's good.
Now that I think about it, there is one person.
A girlfriend,
Oh
perhaps?
no, he holds up his wedding ring. My
Oh,
wife.
oh,
I mean, I
oh,
guess I should. I mean, I should
you're
probably factor her into my.
really
into-
young to be married.
yeah. Well, I'm a lucky guy.
I suppose so. It's not something I'm really used to.
Am I used to relationships?
No, not really. I had one not too long ago.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm sorry it ended, but
He had to leave.
it's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but you know what I mean. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's uh, it's not. On the one hand, it's sad, and on the other hand, I'm really happy because I know he's still there and he loves me. But it's also kind of weird because I know I will never ever see him again. It's complicated.
You seem to be involved in a lot of complicated things, and hey, now you got me as well. It's this. What is this? Oh, gee, why am I even? I mean, this is. I think I know why I've been acting so jaded and cynical. This weird shit happens to me so often now. It doesn't even phase me anymore.
What weird shit.
Oh, like you
This?
and yeah.
I'm sorry.
It like that's what I mean. Like he leans in like Rebecca. So this all happened when I met Rebecca. Like I'm saying, like she's a magnet for this.
Yeah, I get you.
Like I swear she fucking tells me some shit. It's weird as fuck. But yeah, it
Well,
is it's it's yeah, he just puts up his
I get
hands.
it.
I'm not even. He doesn't.
I
I'm
mean,
like this happens so much. I remember when I first met Julie, and she was sitting on a fucking table in some meditative pose, and wasn't reacting to me in the way that people normally do. And I'm like, okay, that person's fucking weird. I should probably walk out, but why not? It's already a clusterfuck. Why not? Just
Julie.
why not poke the bear? Why I've already done it. Like, well, I mean, people have poked me, and too late. I'm already in. They've already drawn me in.
Well,
I'm already on the fucking hook, so it's too late.
if you want to, we can just never meet again.
I mean, there's no point in that at this point.
Now you make me feel bad for actually accidentally meeting you.
I think wasn't the first time we met like Paris was like, oh yeah, and then you were jaywalking, and then I fined you $250 for jaywalking. That's funny. I
It
feel like I
was
should be
not really fun.
that really asshole-ish cop, and just every time I see you jaywalking, I just fine you the maximum amount.
Well, you will probably not see me jaywalking anytime soon. That was a lot of money.
I feel like if I keep doing that, I'll actually never see you again. But also make a tremendous amount of money for the city government. Um, but yeah, no. I actually met with when I ran into Julie. She was like talking about how she wanted us to all be friends and stuff, and I'm like, that's real nice
Ah,
sentiment. But
that is Julie. That is very typically Julie.
yeah, and I'm like, that's a nice sentiment, but that's not even anywhere close to that simple. To be honest,
No,
we've been like super nice to each other, but there are reasons like your people and mine don't really get along all that much.
we don't.
I mean, we usually just stay out each other's way because our interests are so divergent. Like, you want to pursue some sort of cosmic enlightenment or something. I don't really know
In
that
all
much about it.
honesty, I just want to live my life.
Well, hey, there's that too. Um,
It's not that complicated.
that helps. Um, but there's this whole cosmic purpose thing, and then we've got our own thing, which is not that at all and very direct in nature. But fortunately, it doesn't really involve you guys too much, unless you guys decide to, and it's usually ended badly when you have. So we usually just stay out of each other's way, because it usually doesn't end well, even when we try and help each other. Like there have been like with Anna, like helped each other there, and it was like a one-off thing, right? All good, all fine, and entirely above board. Like I didn't even, I didn't do anything wrong or illegal or criminal, and neither did she. Like she just wanted information. I'm like, sure.
I mean, as far as, well, me
Mm.
and Anna concerned, we don't try to do anything illegal, really.
I mean, yeah, all you guys seem above board, which is helpful. Because
We're not bad people.
I mean, I will meet one that is. That's just gonna happen at some point.
I mean, uh, that's probably true, but then again, aren't there bad people where you're from?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's just a statistic. That's not
Exactly. That's what I
necessarily
mean.
a given.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being jaded. I'm sure you are good people, but again, idealistic. Come on. Uh, but yeah. I mean, we just generally stay out of each other's way and just kind of, keep things cordial. Stick to each other's turf. Don't make waves. Just let each other do our own respective thing, and everything will work out. You cross the streams. Never cross the streams. That's the thing. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Until that one time where you need to kill a ghost, a really big, pissed off ghost that has like sparkly clothes because Ghostbusters.
I've seen ghosts. Um, I do not know how to kill one.
What a ghost?
Yeah,
Mm.
but I mean, if you ever have need of people that can, I mean,
Nah, it won't be a problem. Appreciate it though.
we've had to deal with some weird, well, creatures from, you know, it's not really ghosts. It's more like entities from another plane. I don't know how to describe it really for you so that you'll understand it. We call them, well, no, um, I don't know. On the other end, what harm would it do? We call them umbrood.
I think Jacob has to make a rule to not react to that, given the connotations.
Okay, let me roll a P&E.
I think I've actually got these successes.
What is my P&E? My P is that, and my E is that. Okay. Well, I got 3.
Oh yeah, Jacob seems sketch at that.
Ava, will sort of raise an eyebrow. What?
Oh, nothing. Go on.
That, no. Nothing.
I mean, you had something you were gonna say.
Um, just that sometimes we have to deal with that, and we killed some of them. Why?
Which ones?
Which ones?
Yeah. What do they look like? Describe them to me.
I mean, do you really believe me?
Yes.
Oh. Well, they were sort of fiery creatures. They attacked us.
I mean, what were they saying? What were they doing? What they look like? Fiery isn't really an apt description. That can describe a lot of things. That can describe a fireplace. It's fiery. There you go. It attacked you. You got burnt. You stuck your hand in the fire. Good job.
They were some sort of creatures, looked semi-humanoid, and were on fire.
I hope I never have you as a witness.
Look, uh, it's something that's really hard to describe. Okay, what were they? What did they look like? Well, red, because fire is red. Did they have any standout marks? They were on fire. They shot fireballs at us.
When and where did this always happen? Why are they shooting fireballs at you?
I don't know. They attacked us in one of our places.
Your places?
Look, I'm not gonna describe everything to you
Why?
again.
I'm a cop.
I mean, if you were just a cop, I would not have described any of this to you.
Wow, obstruction.
No, because
Okay.
believe me, we were not in a place where the police force of New York holds any kind of authority whatsoever. That I can assure you of.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you know something about this, yes or no?
I, not with what you've told me.
Then what do you know?
Ah, that's like super duper classified.
Oh, and this wasn't. You're asking me things, and then when I ask you something, you just throw classified at my face? That's hardly fair. You've heard of the Ombud before? You know of them. You know at least something of them. I saw you react. So you're just not gonna reply anymore? I figured you lost your internet. Oh boy. Let's give him some time.
I exist in phone form.
Oh dear. Is it that bad?
Um, yeah, I kind of lost both my internet connections, so
Oh
we're not gonna.
shit.
Um, yeah, Jacob just says, I'd just say be careful when dealing with those sorts of things. There's a kind of a way to things that should just kind of be left on its own. You fuck with it, and it kind of pushes back extremely hard.
Well, we didn't fuck with it. It literally fucked with us.
I mean, you'd be surprised. It's very easy to fuck with things without having any understanding of how you're actually doing it. Uncharted territory and all that.
I mean, sure, but I can assure you that no, I have not heard of anyone encountering them before until they came to our turf.
Hey, you didn't need to know about them. That's kind of part of the problem. It was probably an accident. It's fine.
Well, the thing was, we can't really negotiate with them.
I. mm,
We tried.
I'll take your word for it. Not that I know much about it anyway, so. Just seems like a really weird situation that these things made a fire shot start showing up. You call them on brood and they throw fireballs at you. It sounds really weird. But that kind of sums up everything in New York, so why am I really calling it that? I'm just kind of stating a tautology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I really believe you, but it's fine. I don't need to know. Well, oh fuck, I forgot I've asked curiosity. Let me just quickly roll that.
Tell me no. And I'm
Like, I
Jacob's
don't need
like,
to know. That I mean, it's like, wait, do I have curiosity? Yes, I have it. Well, maybe I do need to know. No, I
Jacob's
don't need to
like,
know. I have a 10.
nah, nah, you do need to know. I do need to know. Tell me all the things. And Jacob's like, no. No.
Well, didn't really expect to that you and I would sit down and have a conversation like this, but
I mean, it was nice.
it was.
Nicer than duking it out. That would have sucked. I enjoy I enjoy talks and friends and not terrible events that would probably happen if we were to face off. Like
Um,
probably terrible things like for us and within 100 mile radius of us. So it's
I mean,
great.
in all honesty, I don't think it would be that bad.
It would be. That'd be real bad. But
I mean, sure, if you would turn into one of those like monster things,
oh, I don't do that. I'm nice.
and there you go.
Only
And
bad people do things like that. I
I
I I I, I can't because I'm nice, right?
I wouldn't have done anything that's, I think, I mean, I would try to not do anything that anyone would notice.
Well, let me know. Now I'm connected to you, so God, I know like everybody in this goddamn city.
I think that's a challenge that, I would not put money on that, knowing everybody in the city would be very bad for your health.
Mm. But yeah. Um.
Well, my break has been way since over.
Yeah, I tend to kill those.
Lunch breaks?
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, I
Win the
best
war of lunchtime through talking. Hey, maybe you got a point.
I'd best get back. It was nice meeting you and talking.
Yeah. Thanks for the chat. I appreciate it. Like, it's nice to get to know you properly this time. And yeah, stay safe out there, and uh, don't jade walk. I guess it's bad. People
Well,
underestimate how bad it is. It's real bad. Wait for the Green Man. The Green Man, yeah, he's slow as hell, but he cares.
yeah, sure.
He does it because he does it because he cares, Ava. Come on, don't bully the Green Man. The Green Man is like the nicest anthropomorphic entity I've made up in the city.
I will be very careful next time and all the next times to come. If you, I mean, I know you probably don't need it, but if at any point you need a conscience, apparently I'm rather good at those things. At least that's what Anna says. So,
Yeah, you're kind of super nice. Um, I should take you a good way.
I hope so. But yeah, here, if if you want, you can have my phone number. She'll hold
Oh
out a
yeah,
business card.
I appreciate it. And here's mine in case you wind up in jail. Don't want to do terrible things to the cell because that's bad for me. As well, it's bad for me. So
I mean, I would probably just, uh, never mind. Yeah.
Oh, I think
Okay.
yeah, you could probably do like five different things, which would that's still bad though. We have cameras.
I mean, I can definitely not do five different things. I can assure you. I'm not that. Um, I'm not that strong.
You're bad at lying.
I'm not lying.
You're as bad at telling the truth as you are at lying. This is weird. I've never encountered this situation before.
As bad as telling the truth. Wow. Thank you.
hmm I mean, you're welcome. I mean. Okay. Paris cares. Paris loves me.
He
Don't you, Paris?
does.
Yes, you do. Ah, you're so cute.
Well, I know whom to call if I need a dog sitter.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll see you.
I'll see you
Thank you.
around.
Bye.
Bye.
And yeah, I will pick Paris up because obviously he does not want to part from the very very nice man, and we'll head back to Wall Street. And
Yeah. Jacob just finished his coffee.
I think with that we can end the scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was a scene for Living World of Darkness, WereMage across New York.